I'd always wanted to study architecture. I met one or two architects when I was younger and I thought they were interesting people.
I decided to be an architect surprisingly young, really. I was sort of toying with the idea of going to art school, but I was also good at the sciences and maths, and it seemed like a good combination. In the past, we used to work much more closely together because we were a much smaller team.
Now we're individually working on several projects. Jim works more on bridges and I've been working quite a lot on towers. So one's carrying quite a few projects around in one's head and it's exciting, really.
Designing bridges is quite an interesting exercise. They're a very sort of defined thing. There's a sort of sculptural possibilities of what you can do and an expression of engineering form in a sort of beautiful way.
My best bridge, I suppose, is at the Science Museum in London. It pushes materials to the limits. It's a building that demonstrates how it's working. And I do believe that's the way forward with buildings. They shouldn't be just static. They've got to be intelligent.
For me, the Bridge of Aspiration for the Royal Ballet School was just a very unusual set of circumstances which led to a very particular solution that somehow seemed to speak about dance in a way that I couldn't have foreseen before.
We have experience of designing towers, having done one in Guangzhou in China, which is one of the tallest buildings in the world. And that puts us on lists for competitions. We won a major competition in Australia. I was pretty keen on the idea of doing a major building in Sydney.
It's always useful because even the ones that you don't win, you've experimented with some new ideas, so you're kind of always learning and moving forwards. But you do need to win them. So if you're an artist, you have to almost set your own constraints. But as an architect, the constraints come with the site. There's, I would say, limited room for whimsy in our designs. They are genuinely functional, but we like that beauty that goes with elegant detailing, elegant engineering, elegant spanning, light and space and so on. The kind of architecture that's being produced is incredibly diverse at the moment.
The use of computers has changed everything, really. With 3D programs, we're able to model the building at a very early stage.
It's a really difficult question in a way as to what space could you fill if you could fill any space, because I think I quite like the surprise of what's coming next.
I particularly liked the Mies van der Rohe idea. He called it universal space. So he actually took an aircraft factory and overlaid a collage of ceiling, walls and floor and said this building could be anything.